For this final part, what we're going to be doing is drawing out a map. So instead of going from a box and then extruding it and splitting it and doing all that, you can just start from a weird shape that you draw yourself. So let's go to shapes here and then line. And let's make some kind of weird shape here. When you click first, you're going to create a point. When you click next, you're going to create another point, and you can click and drag that point to create a curve here. So let's create some sort of weird thing. So let's make a neck shape here. Yeah, totally some kind of thing here. Yeah. And now when you're done, go ahead and convert this to an editable mesh. And you'll see it automatically fills in some kind of flat shape. Gonna select this polygon and then extrude it. .100's kind of small. I don't know. Maybe it is. And then with the top still selected, you want to clone it by shift and dragging with the movement thing, and move it all the way down to the bottom and clone it to an element. You can use wireframe here to align it well. Now remember, we did a bunch of vertices welding in the past. So what we have here is two symmetric things, so that's going to work out just perfectly. Go to your vertex selection, select all the vertices, and then weld them by some kind of small amount, smaller than the height of the level. And so our level is 100, so this should work out well. And check the bottom here. If we Control Z, we can't really see them weld together. Now we can. Okay, so you see all the bottoms here. We weld. Weld them by, okay, they changed, I guess. Let's weld them by 30. It's still less than 100. And there you go. Now you have this weird shape. What you can do is take it, flip it, back face call, and the last thing you need to do is fix the floor, because the floor is going to be the wrong normal. And you have yourself this weird old base. I could probably make this base as well using this method, but I actually find extruding it works out a bit better, because it just does for all these shapes. I might draw the tunnels though, because I could get more control over the tunnels, but everything else, since they're all boxy, I think I would still do the same way about. So there you go, how to draw out a map. This is a great method for if you want to do something really specific, like let's say you wanted to make a maze. Well, that maze would be pretty annoying to do extruding. Actually, maybe not, but still, if you wanted to draw some kind of weird shape, like this halo. For instance, hello. This would be really annoying to try to do extruding. You could still certainly do it, especially since all the edges are square. But seeing as how you can pretty much instantly make it however you want, compared to having to extrude it through tunnels, I think this method is pretty helpful. Of course, when you start welding the vertices at the bottom, if you have a particularly tight curve, like let's say you do something like this, do, and then you were to weld, besides this being a really difficult and small map, besides it being wrong in a couple ways, because the vertices are so close together at some points, you might end up welding those together. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this kind of work. Scale is even more important when it comes to these kind of maps, because when you weld the bottom to the top, you don't want to weld the sides to each other. So just make sure they're appropriate. These things are appropriate size apart. You can click and drag, remember, if you want a curve. You don't have to do a bunch of things to make a curve. So yeah, we have all of our techniques over here, drawing over here, a little word of warning. I think that covers everything on our basic map making for now. It was a big tutorial. Hope you were able to stick through it. Next time we're going to cover some more specific stuff like scenery. We're going to move on to sounds and AI and all sorts of really awesome stuff to decorate your level. But this was basically the biggest one. If you can master all the things I've shown you in this level, in this lesson, then you can basically make anything you want, really. So if you think you already have everything I've just shown you down, which was a lot, then I'm going to start moving on to both beginner and intermediate tutorials at the same time, show you a couple more tools you can use besides the normal Halo editing kit, and really get you started on making weapons, vehicles, and all that kind of stuff to really customize your map and make it your own. But until then, good luck, good modding, and hope to see you next time.